Imagine you wake up and you don't know what day it is. To you, it's just another sunrise. Instead of telling your friend, let's meet on Friday, you say, let's meet after 3 sunrises. Birthdays don't exist, anniversaries vanish, school has no schedule and work has no shifts. There's no buses, no trains, and even if there are, you'd have to wait the entire day and hope you're lucky because no one ever knows when anything will arrive. Markets open at random. A life without a schedule is very messy. A life without calendar is confusing, unstable, and almost impossible to organize. And for most human history, that was reality. Until one man looked up at the sky and asked a philosophical question. Are we really the center of the universe? Humans have always needed calendars. Without them, there is no planning, no farming, no rituals. So from the beginning, civilizations tried to carve order out of the sky. The Babylonians, for example, they followed the moon. A month was represented by a full moon cycle of phases, from new moon to new moon. But 12 lunar months add up to 354 days, about 11 days short of a solar year. And slowly their months drifted away from the seasons, and spring, for example, could have started at what their calendar said. It was winter. The Egyptians, on the other hand, they turned to the sun. They observed the rising of Sirius, the brightest star, right before sunrise every year, which corresponded with the flooding of the Nile. So that became their anchor, a solar calendar of 365 days. But without the leap year, it too slid off the course, losing a day every 4 years. The Romans inherited bits of these systems, and their early calendar was chaotic. The months were with unequal lengths, and the politic leaders would add up days to just extend their terms in power. And finally, Julius Caesar stepped in. In 45 BCE, he created the first Julian calendar of 12 months, 365.25 days, and a leap year every 4 years. And for most centuries, it seemed like the perfect fix. But even the Julian calendar was flawed. A true year isn't exactly 365.25 days. It's a little bit shorter, with about 11 minutes shorter. And I know it sounds silly. And within a year, this difference is not harmful, but within centuries, this is devastating. By 15,000, the Julian calendar was a mess. The spring equinox slipped about 10 days out of the place. And for the church, that meant Easter, their biggest holiday drifted away to the next season. Everybody agreed it had to be changed, but you can't just cut 10 days and hope for the best. You need a system, and that's when Copernicus walked in. Flash forward a few decades, the church has a huge problem. The calendar, the one that Caesar put in place, is slipping off like a broken clock. Spring festivals are creeping earlier and earlier, and Easter is just offbeat, and it's honestly just annoying. So Pope Gregory XIII calls in the experts, and guess what tools they bring? Copernican astronomy. They measure the tropical year down to the second. 365 days, 5 hours, 49 minutes, and 12 seconds. Suddenly, they can fix the drift with surgical precision. The solution was brutal but effective. In October 1582, people went to bed on the 4th and woke up on the 15th. 10 whole days deleted from history. Gone. Imagine missing your birthday by papal decree. And then the rules changed. A leap year every 4 years, yes, but not on centuries. Well, unless the century is divisible by 400. It's messy, I know, but it's effective. And this is the same system running your life today. Exams, holidays, New Year's Eve, all ticking along to Copernicus math. Now picture this. It's 1543 and a quiet guy called Nicholas Copernicus drops a book to the world's desk. The title: On the Revolutions of Heavenly Spheres. Now don't roll your eyes. I know it sounds boring. It sounds like math homework, but I promise you, hidden in those pages was an idea so dangerous, so offensive to the tradition that it just shook Europe to its core. Because Copernicus, within this book, basically said, guys, we're not that special. We are not the center of this world. The sun is. We are just dancing around it. Planets, Earth included, orbit around the sun, and the little guy up there, the moon, orbits around the Earth. And to us today it sounds almost obvious, but back then this idea was unacceptable because it shattered centuries of tradition and authority. And here's the key: his system made astronomical predictions clearer and more accurate. Suddenly you could calculate the true length of a year with greater precision, and that 11-minute error from Julian calendar could finally be explained. But you know, Copernicus didn't set out to fix your calendar. He couldn't care less about your meetings or dentist appointments. All he wanted to know is the truth. Are we really the center of the universe? But in chasing this question, he gave us something more than just philosophy. He gave us a clock that finally aligned with the cosmos and order. So next time you're drowning on deadlines or realizing your birthday lands on a Monday, just remember, blame Copernicus. Because he's the guy who made sure time runs too smoothly for you to escape it.